To find out a bit more about how safe standing worked, I headed to Hannover 96 in Germany, who have had safe standing at their HDI arena since 2005 without having any incidents recorded. Curious, I met up with Johannes Seigel, a supporter liaison officer at the club.
Well, in Hanover we've only had positive experiences with safe standing. The atmosphere is a lot better here than in other sections. People can stand together with their friends. We sell tickets for each block, so you can choose who you want to stand with. It's a lot easier singing while you're standing. It's a lot safer because we have these crash barriers, so you can't fall off. As soon as you score a goal, people meet up and celebrate together, and you've got no chance of falling down. So it's only positive effects, really.
The concept is very simple. For domestic games, the seats are locked upright, allowing for maximum room for fans to stand in between two crash barriers. Then, on the European and even international games, a groundsman will come and lower the seats to comply with UEFA all-seater regulations. One thing kept catching my eye, however: the perimeter fence. It was a tiny reminder of the form of standing the UK has been striving to take a step away from since the mid-90s. The perimeter fence is a sight which many associate with the tragic scenes at Hillsborough. Head of the Safe Standing Roadshow in the UK and Bristol City fan John Darch joined me in Hannover, who insisted safe standing still works without the fences.
It works at Celtic right now. It works at Celtic with no fence. It works at Wolfsburg. They have no fence. The Germans, like us, in the 1970s and 80s, there was a hooligan problem in this country, and so they put fences up. They never had a Hillsborough, so the fences never came down, and they've become part of the furniture, and there's never been any pressure from the fans, from the clubs, from anybody to take them down. They're just there. The rule in the German FA, German Football League handbook, says there must be some form of deterrent to stop people running onto the pitch. Now that can just be a line of stewards. There is no need for fences, but there would certainly never ever be fences again in England and Wales.
When stadiums in the UK became all-seater, the game did become a lot more family-friendly. It would be wrong to move towards an atmosphere where some women and children may feel more uncomfortable, especially given how passionate and intense the atmosphere can be inside a safe standing area. But the away fans are the fans most passionate. They spend thousands of pounds following their team around the country and even Europe. The away fans are always notoriously the best fans the club has to offer. I turned to Johannes and Jon again to see how to make this form of safe standing ideal for away fans and for women and children who want to be standing.
Well, this is our away section. We've got 2,800 seats here, or stands. If we've got smaller teams coming here, then we sort of unlock half of them so that people can sit here, and in that area people can stand. So we've got the opportunity to use both. So
I think it's down to the parent, the guardian. If they think their child is tall enough, then take them in. I know one father recently took a 6-year-old to Celtic Park to watch the game there, and the kid wants to go back every week. Absolutely loved it. His dad said he couldn't stop jumping up and down. Totally thrilled with the idea. So yeah, if they're tall enough that they can see, then why not? Because it is so safe. It's much safer for a small kid, actually, in this sort of environment than on a normal terrace, because their small child can get pushed around a little bit. Some of our opponents do say, football's become very family friendly over the last 20 odd years, and if we have standing back again, suddenly all the women and children will be frightened off. It's nonsense. For a start, standing hasn't gone away. We've got it already in our Premier League grounds, just it's behind normal seats. And secondly, there are plenty of women and children who do like to stand. You look at some League 1, League 2 grounds, and you'll see on their terraces, women, children standing. So it's a complete fallacy. But those women, children, and middle-aged and old blokes who prefer to sit, safe standing is good for them as well, because it means in the seated areas nobody will stand, because all the people that want to stand will be in the standing area. So it's the best for everybody. Those that want to stand do so in a very, very safe environment. Those who want to sit know they're amongst like-minded people who want to watch the game sat down, apart from when the team scores a goal.
Looking upon the safe standing section from where the ultras stand, it did feel to me that veiled seating is safer for those who do choose to stand in the cop. There's no scraping of shins on the seats in front, and there's nothing to bang into. But at £80 per rail seat, that makes it around £50 more expensive than some of the budget seats we're used to at top-flight stadiums. But wouldn't fans love to see an investment from them and their safety? The Anfield Wrap ran a poll which found 83% of Liverpool fans wanted the club to consider something similar at Anfield. Looking at the fence, it was clear that if standing was to return to English and Welsh football, it would have to be different to the model Germans use in a few key ways. But before I left, I wanted to ask Johannes and John what they would say to the families and survivors of Hillsborough.
I would invite them to come here to look at our safe standing areas, look at what look to see for themselves what is how we handle safe standing here, and to see that there's no relation to what happened at Hillsborough, and that it's a lot safer. There's no falling, there's no pushing against fences, and if there's stewards there who take care of supporters and who are there not to help them in case of emergencies.
Number one, what sadly killed the 96 at Hillsborough was poor management of the crowd at the point of entry. It wasn't the nature of the stadium accommodation they were heading towards, it was poor management of the crowd. Exactly the same happened, sadly, in 2001 at Ellis Park Stadium in South Africa. 43 fans lost their lives because of poor crowd management at the point of entry. That stadium was and is a 4-star UEFA, FIFA all-seated ground. So they were heading towards seats. The Hillsborough fans were heading towards a standing area. It was the poor crowd management at the point of entry that caused that disaster. Nowadays, crowd management at the point of entry is a million times better. We have barcoded tickets. At Celtic, they double-check who's coming in. At the stewards at the entry point, they check their tickets. The season tickets are a different colour, so they can instantly see, make sure it's the right person coming into this area. So you don't get crowding. The other thing I'd say is actually, those 96 love to stand. So what better way to honour their memory than to make sure that fans in 2017 who like to stand can do so, and do stand currently, are doing so in the safest possible environment. And that safest possible environment is a rail seating section like we have here.
With gaining popularity, it is clear that if safe standing is to be even trialled in our top divisions, clubs will have to open their ears to it and listen to the fans. So maybe these Liverpool fans may be given something similar to what the Hannover faithful enjoy so much.
Saison mit diesem 4. Platz, 19 Siege, 60 Punkte. Noch 2-3 Wochen, so sagt er selbst.